It ain't gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a damn war. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a war, man. Pitbull Cruz. Come on, Lamont Roach. You know these boys got attitudes. Look, every fighter in the game wear a cape, right?
I think possibly Roach could even get stopped.
I could see a left hook stopping Roach.
Yeah, I could see that. Don't get me wrong though, Roach is a beast. But
so you've got Pitbull Cruz, who very much to his namesake, a Pitbull, he's super aggressive. He comes forward. He's attack, relentless, two-fisted puncher. And then you got Lamont Roach. He's got that DMV East Coast American style where he's a sharpshooter. He's got good angles. He's got a good stiff jab. He's defensively aware.
And look, these are two guys that gave Gervonta Davis all he could handle.
No. Pitbull gave Gervonta all he could handle. Lamont Roach beat Gervonta Davis. Lamont Roach has a win. I don't care what the record says. He knocked him down. He didn't get credit. Tank went to the corner. He didn't get a point deduction. Yep. The commission reviewed it. They messed that up. Lamont Roach won that fight. But okay, those are the Tank Davis kind of bracket right there.
Two warriors step into the ring and only one will walk out with glory. Experts are making some shocking predictions for Roach versus Cruz. Among the experts weighing in, Ryan Garcia didn't hold back. In his prediction, he confidently backed Isaac Pitbull Cruz to take the victory. According to Garcia, Lamont Roach's dodgy, evasive style will be tough for him to manage against Cruz's relentless pressure. He stressed that Roach might struggle to keep up once the fight heats up and warned that the intense pace and aggression from Pitbull could ultimately lead to Roach being stopped.
So what you think about Pitbull and Roach?
Pitbull and Roach, I mean, I got Pitbull low-key winning. Maybe, possibly. Maybe. I think that style doesn't...
Roach, nice
no,
though.
I don't think... Look at again, everybody thought Devin Haney was going to lose to Norman. I just think stylistically, the weird, rugged style, I don't think does well for Roach. Roach needs a good boxer to be in front of him so he could be slick with, have, his time to... Pitbull won't give him that. I don't think Roach has enough power to keep Pitbull off the way he needs to.
So you think that pressure Mexican style boxing is not going to be a good look for Roach?
Not at all. Do you?
Despite some skepticism surrounding Pitbull Cruz, Ryan Garcia remains confident that Cruz will emerge victorious over Lamont Roach. Garcia acknowledged that Roach has shown his skills against tough opponents like Tank Davis, but he believes that the style Pitbull brings to the ring will be a completely different challenge. According to Garcia, Roach simply won't be able to handle the relentless pressure. He even predicts a brutal finish, a left hook stoppage that would decisively end the fight and leave Pitbull firmly in control.
I mean, Roach looked good against Tank, but Tank's not that type of fighter. He's more of a counter puncher, but
I think possibly Roach could even get stopped.
I could see a left hook stopping Roach.
Yeah, I could see that. Don't get me wrong though, Roach is a beast. But
Pitbull losing to Buddy, he was training with Robert Garcia. I forgot his name already. He lost the belt. You know who I'm talking about, 140. Help me out, Matt.
You're talking about Rayo.
Rayo, yes. That shit threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. Pitbull losing to him threw me the fuck off.
For real?
Well, I just think that Rayo was a little bit too big for him, so he was able to move around him.
Right.
Meanwhile, former world champion Chris Algieri also weighed in, calling the fight highly intriguing due to the clash of styles both fighters bring. He highlighted the strengths of each boxer that could make the matchup a true spectacle. Pitbull Cruz with his relentless aggression, constantly pushing forward, and Lamont Roach with his sharp shooting and precise jab. In Algieri's view, both fighters have the tools to counter the other's strengths, but the outcome will likely come down to who can seize the early momentum and impose their style first, potentially forcing the other to react under unexpected pressure.
That was another thing when it first got announced. I was like, oh, that's an interesting matchup. But I think the clash of styles makes it very intriguing. So you've got Pitbull Cruz, who very much to his namesake, a Pitbull, he's super aggressive. He comes forward. He's attack, relentless, two-fisted puncher. And then you got Lamont Roach. He's got that DMV East Coast American style where he's a sharpshooter. He's got good angles. He's got a good stiff jab. He's defensively aware. And essentially, both these guys have the styles to defeat the other one's style. So both guys have the ability and the skill to, I think, even dominate the other one. It's basically going to be who can assert themselves in the battle of real estate to make the other fighter fight their fight.
Next up, boxing legend Tim Bradley gave a thrilling take, calling this matchup far from a normal fight. He predicts it will be an all-out war. Bradley emphasized that both fighters bring their own unique attitude, style, and professional mindset, making them heroes in their own right. According to him, viewers can expect an unexpected showdown with incredible performances. He also warned that Pitbull Cruz is a relentless seeker and destroyer, and if Lamont Roach isn't fully prepared for the pressure, he could very well come up short in the fight.
It's gonna be a damn war. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a war, man. Pitbull Cruz. Come on, Lamont Roach. You know these boys got attitudes. Look, every fighter in the game wear a cape, right? But not every fighter believe they a hero. These dudes right here, they know. Yeah, they heroes, for sure. They fight with a certain tenacity, certain chip on their shoulder, right? Everything they've gotten in their career, they've earned, right? Pitbull Cruz got the reputation of being a dog, seek and destroyer, you know, one-dimensional, seek and destroyer, but it works for him. You know, if you're not mentally tough, you can't be in the ring with Pitbull.
Digging deeper into the matchup, Tim Bradley said much of this fight will come down to skill and mental toughness. He noted that Lamont Roach is mentally prepared and can absorb punishment while staying composed. At the same time, Pitbull Cruz has a unique trait. Even when he gets hit, he keeps coming forward relentlessly. Counterpunching alone won't stop him, and he often lands game-changing shots. Still, Bradley added that Roach is the more complete fighter with the skills and strategy to challenge Cruz. In the end, mental resilience and timing could decide the outcome.
Nah, Roach is mentally tough. Yeah, that's half the battle. He got to be able to take, right? Take him on the arms. Take that pressure, that physicality that Pitbull put forth. Yeah, take that power that he put forth. Because Pitbull, 9 times out of 10, man, he's swinging wild and crazy. And he get lucky, so he get lucky with them joints sometimes. Because he's one of those guys that get hit and he throw at the same time. So again, as you countering or attempting to counter, any of those hands down, the opposite hand is down, Pitbull coming up with something. And he definitely gonna attack your damn body. But Roach is the better fighter.
Furthermore, Tim Bradley pointed out that this fight is going to be a hell of a war, with both fighters performing at their best. He noted that Lamont Roach has the potential to counterattack, but in his view, Pitbull Cruz is the real boogeyman of the matchup. Bradley emphasized that Cruz has the ability to dismantle Roach and potentially neutralize everything he brings to the ring. According to him, Pitbull is just that relentless and precise, making him extremely dangerous. This clash promises non-stop action and a brutal showdown from start to finish.
Roach will have a lot of opportunities to counter. Roach will have a lot of opportunities to step inside that offense of Pitbull Cruz and land counters, but at the same time, I see it being dangerous too, because if he gets clipped high on that temple, get clipped on that chin, one of them shots he don't see, man, hey, it could turn the course of the fight. You know, so you can't never count Pitbull out. You know, this dude is tough as nails.
Next up, respected boxing analyst Max Kellerman weighed in on the matchup. He pointed out that both Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach have faced Gervonta Tank Davis, one of the hardest hitters in boxing. Kellerman highlighted that Roach's performance against Tank was more impressive than most people give him credit for. He explained that Roach displayed excellent technique, intelligence, and counterpunching, making his fight against Tank a masterclass that often went unnoticed. In Kellerman's view, this shows that Roach has the skills to handle tough pressure, setting up a fascinating clash with the relentless Cruz.
First one is, Max, I'm hearing that in December we have a done deal for Isaac Pitbull Cruz against Lamont Roach.
Okay.
That's going to be Lamont Roach jumping up in his third weight class in as many fights. That's going to be at 140. And look, these are two guys that gave Gervonta Davis all he could handle.
No. Pitbull gave Gervonta all he could handle. Lamont Roach beat Gervonta Davis. Lamont Roach has a win. I don't care what the record says. He knocked him down. He didn't get credit. Tank went to the corner. He didn't get a point deduction. Yep. The commission reviewed it. They messed that up. Lamont Roach won that fight. But okay, those are the Tank Davis kind of bracket right there.
Absolutely, and I think the winner, you have to think, would get a shot at Gervonta Davis next year if he's done, gallivanting with this circus that we have coming up.
Yeah.
But
But not everyone is on the Roach bandwagon. Ryan Garcia made it clear where his loyalty lies. He's rooting for Pitbull Cruz to win. Garcia called Roach a decent fighter, but argued he hasn't proven himself enough to be considered elite. In his view, Roach's career lacks the big wins needed to stand among boxing's best. He praised Pitbull for consistently facing top competition, showing heart in every fight and earning the respect he deserves. According to Garcia, Roach's only standout performance was against Tank Davis, and even then he came up short.
No, I mean, it's a good matchup. I would give my personal opinion what I think. I think Isaac Cruz could beat Lamont Roach.
Why?
I think Lamont Roach had the perfect style for Gervonta Davis. I just don't think Lamont Roach is that good of a fighter. He's had one good performance against Gervonta, but to me, you put him in there, any of these other guys, I don't think he's going to have that good of a performance. People were expecting him to get beat up by Gervonta. That's why people give him so much credit.
Garcia simply doesn't see Roach at the top level. He believes most elite junior welterweights would trouble him, and Cruz's relentless pressure could be too much to handle. While Roach looks sharp when opponents give him space, Garcia warned that against a pressure fighter like Pitbull, things can get messy very quickly.
Might win that fight, but I'm going with Roach. I think he wins. Pitbull's good. He's a dog, but I'm not a big believer in him. I went to that fight when he fought Ryu, and he outboxed him, outclassed him. I think Roach does the same thing.
Again, but styles makes fights, because Lamont Roach also got beat up by Jamal Herring pretty bad.
Yeah,
Jamal Herring.
According to Garcia, Pitbull won't give Roach any space. He'll hunt him from the opening bell, and a few big shots could completely change the fight's tone. Still, not everyone sees it the same way. Some experts believe Roach has the skills and strategy to push back and make this an unpredictable clash.
I mean, that was shocking to me to see a guy that Jamal Herring beats, and then he goes, I thought Gervonta Davis was gonna just slice through Lamont Roach. I was shocked by that. I think this is a coin flip fight. I don't think Cruz is at his best right now. I think it's gonna be a good fight too.
Yeah, I think it is a coin flip. I agree with you. Pitbull, bigger, stronger. Lamont Roach, a better boxer in my opinion. A little more wrinkle in his game.
Veteran Paulie Malignaggi called this one of the most physically demanding fights of the year. He pointed out that both fighters bring unique weapons, Pitbull Cruz with relentless pressure, and Lamont Roach with technical precision. According to Paulie, this clash could easily turn into a full-blown war, filled with twists, shifts, and surprises from start to finish.
But you know, when you're a catch and shoot guy against a bigger puncher, sometimes that catching can also become uncomfortable as well. So I think there can be ebbs and flows in the fight that, yeah, it can make it physically demanding, because it's a fight where I think there's not going to be a lot of space in between them. I think it's going to be a contact fight. You know, I think Roach is the more talented guy, maybe the more refined boxer, but Cruz, for being a rough and tumble guy, isn't completely, you know, without his own technique. You know, he's got some kryptonite if you do certain things, but I'm not sure Lamont does those things. You know, I think if you're available to him, Cruz makes it very physical. You know, obviously Lamont is not shot. We saw him put on a great performance against Davis.
However, Paulie also questioned whether Pitbull Cruz still has the same fire that once made him so feared. He suggested that Cruz might have already reached his physical ceiling. He's tough, yes, but that spark may not be the same anymore. Roach, on the other hand, looks hungrier than ever, bringing intensity and focus that could make the difference in this showdown.
I think Cruz sort of hit his ceiling. He's physical, and I think the fight is not easy because Lamont is not one of these boxers that is in and out and uses that distance and bases his style off that distance. So he's in the contact zone, and a physical guy, if he can get to you, can remain confident. I think there's going to be, you know, Cruz's effort, Cruz's bigger punching power, but also Lamont's catching and shooting.
Paulie believes that gives Roach a real shot. If he uses movement, timing, and smart counters, he could frustrate Cruz and make him swing wildly. That's where Roach could take control. But Paulie warned that if Roach stands too long in front of Cruz, the fight could turn into a brawl, which might not suit him. His advice to Roach: stay composed under pressure, because once Pitbull finds momentum, he's unstoppable, like kryptonite to calm, calculated fighters.
But I think some of the things we've noticed in Cruz's style, if he's able to back you up and if he's able to physically touch you, you know, we think of the Gamboa fight, or we think of the Rolly Romero fight, he starts to make you very, very uncomfortable. So I think it's very important for Roach, in his own style, not to allow Cruz to get into a momentum where he starts getting backed up. Otherwise, it could be more and more difficult. Because once Cruz starts backing you up and he knows he's commanding the fight in that way, he grows confidently and he also feels like he gets stronger.
According to Paulie, for Roach to win, he must never let Cruz feel comfortable. He needs to break his rhythm early and keep him guessing. If Roach fails to do that, the fight could turn into a long and painful night. Trainer Greg Hackett added another perspective, calling this an old-school throwback fight. He said Roach has underrated composure and won't panic under pressure. If someone pushes him, he pushes back. Hackett described it as an 80s-style showdown full of heart, toughness, and grit. He believes Roach's timing and precision could surprise people, but he also warned that Pitbull's pressure is brutal. Once Cruz starts pressing, there's no easy way out, and Roach will have to match fire with focus.
Lamont has the ability, but Lamont got like a thing about him. If you try to press him, he's not gonna let you just press him. And guess what? Eastside Cruz are all pressure. So we talking about old school rumble right there. That's an old school, they gonna get it in. That's gonna look like some from the 80s, for sure. But guess what?
Still, Hackett admires Roach's approach. He said Roach doesn't just move, he moves with purpose, and every step has intent. That's what makes him dangerous. If Roach stays sharp, maintains distance, and makes Pitbull miss, the fight could swing his way. But Hackett warned that if Roach gets caught in the corner, things could unravel fast.
Lamont take that fight with Eastside Cruz and beat him, Lamont is like for sure one of the guys. Eastside Cruz never been easy for anybody. So I love that fight. I love the Gary Russell fight more, but if you fight Eastside Cruz, I understand.
The energy around this matchup has boxing fans buzzing, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Analysts are split, fans are divided, and everyone wants to see who backs up their words once fists start flying. Even popular commentator Showbiz the Adult weighed in, admitting the fight is so unpredictable that he's hesitant to make a call. Known for bold predictions, he said he's playing it safe this time after catching flack for earlier misjudgments, like with Crawford versus Canelo.
Lamont Roach fighting Pitbull at 140. We have a lot to break down here. Lamont Roach is showing a ton of falls. He goes from 135 to 130, back to 135, and for one fight with Tank. I think it was a robbery, end up being a draw. Moves up, fight Eastside Pitbull Cruz. At 140, in San Antonio. I think it's diabolical. I think I'm going to put money on the fight, and I want to be convinced that Lamont Roach is going to beat Pitbull.
According to Showbiz, Roach deserves respect for his journey. Every time he's stepped up a division, he's delivered at a high level. He's not just talking, he's consistently proving he belongs among the best. While Showbiz didn't make an official prediction, his tone made one thing clear. He believes Lamont Roach just might have what it takes to pull off the upset against Pitbull Cruz.
Honestly, I don't know who wins the fight. The only reason I don't know who wins the fight is because I'm going to get trolled if I say Pitbull wins the fight. I got hit so hard with Canelo Crawford, I'm a little gun shy because my mind says Pitbull wins the fight.
Analysts are calling this a 50-50 matchup, but styles make fights, and this contrast is fascinating. Cruz, the compact powerhouse, thrives on closing distance and overwhelming opponents with relentless pressure. Roach, the sharper technician, relies on timing, precision, and footwork to frustrate his rivals. If Roach controls the pace and avoids getting cornered, he could make Cruz look uncomfortable, but if Cruz cuts off the ring and turns it into a brawl, Roach could be in serious trouble.
I'm here, man. I'm excited. Like I said, I told you guys y'all be seeing a lot of me coming in from my last fight, leading all the way up until, you know, the match itself. I told you guys what I'm here to do. I want to bring boxing back. I want to bring old school boxing back. I want to bring boxing back to its glory days. And I think me accepting this fight with Pitbull Cruz in another weight class, it just shows to prove that I'm here. And I'm definitely going to give you guys a banger. Pitbull Cruz is a hell of a fighter, explosive fighter, fighters that you guys like to see. And I'm definitely the great dance partner to go along with him and complement his style.
The tension between them has been building ever since Roach's fiery comments hit social media. Fans immediately took sides, some praising Roach for his courage, others calling him reckless for challenging one of the division's hardest hitters. But that's the beauty of boxing. The truth always comes out inside the ropes. Roach believes this is his moment. He's been training for years for a stage like this and is convinced that Pitbull Cruz is the perfect opponent to prove he belongs among the elite. For him, it's not just about winning, it's about erasing doubt once and for all.
The thing that he does well is punch hard for all 12 rounds. That's about it. He has a lot of people don't know that he has a good sense of timing. Like, if you actually look at it, we study him, so he has a good sense of time, and that probably some people don't pick up on until they probably either get hit with one of those shots, and by the time you get hit with one of those shots, it's a little too late.
Showbiz. The adult, famous for his blunt opinions, raised doubts about Roach's next move. He argued that stepping up against Pitbull Cruz could put Roach in more danger than glory. Training with fighters like Gervonta Davis, he said, doesn't automatically prepare someone for Cruz. This fight, according to Showbiz, is on another level. Tougher, fiercer, and far more punishing.
This fight has put Lamont Roach in a weird spot. Lamont Roach looks like he's going to be fighting Pitbull. I can understand why Lamont Roach is pissed. He's going to go up and fight Pitbull. Y'all don't understand. This is rough. He could mess around and lose this fight. The guy came from 130 already going up to fight Tank, and we were like, dude, Tank fighting down, he making somebody come, oh man, he bullies Tank, right? He beats Tank, make Tank take a knee. Fine. Then go up against Pitbull. I'm telling you, bro, I don't know for sure if he's a fantastic fighter. It seems like he is, but I can't tell from one fight because none of us were saying this his entire career. One fight, he beats Tank and got robbed. All of a sudden, it's an easy fight, him and Pitbull. I can't say that for sure.
Showbiz cautioned that facing Pitbull Cruz isn't like taking on a slick boxer such as Shakur Stevenson. This is a full-on storm. Cruz doesn't hesitate. He pushes forward relentlessly, forcing his opponents to fight in his fire. According to Showbiz, if Roach can't seize control of the pace early, he risks being completely overwhelmed by Cruz's pressure.
He may just be tailor-made and perfect against Tank. This is a weird position for Lamont Roach, and you guys just acting like it's nothing. I'm saying, bro, this could be something. Let Pitbull beat on it. His first time at 140. Y'all just be like, watch. And I gotta give Lamont Roach a lot of credit because it ain't Shakur Stevenson. This is Pitbull. Just a dangerous fight, man. I'd be pissed too if I was Lamont Roach.
Pitbull Cruz, meanwhile, is aiming to remind the world why he's one of boxing's most feared fighters. He may not have the slick technique of a Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Davis, but he possesses something you can't teach, pure ferocity, and he plans to unleash it. When the bell rings, there will be no interviews, no predictions, no distractions, just fists and the unfiltered truth inside the ring.
Lamont, you are very confident coming into this fight, deservedly so, but in a recent interview you said that you believe you're going to be the first man to stop Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Why so?
Like you said, I'm confident. I'm confident in my work, man. Like any other fight, it's not just Pitbull. It's like any fight. I'm always looking to hurt, demolish, stop any opponent. Like I look for that opportunity every single time in the ring. So ain't nothing changed. Like that's what I'm going to try to do. Like if it doesn't present itself, then it won't. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to do.
So here we are. As fight night approaches, the question remains, who will back up their words inside the ropes? Will Lamont Roach prove the doubters wrong, or will Pitbull Cruz remind the world why he's feared? One thing's certain, this isn't just a fight, it's a battle for legacy. A fight set to be an all-out war. Who's walking out on top, Roach or Pitbull Cruz? Drop your predictions in the comments, smash that like button if you're hyped, share this video with your fight crew, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest breakdowns and ring action here on Ring Rivalry.